Hi everyone, it's Veronica from Blue Star Crochet. Welcome to another super easy and quick video tutorial. Today we'll be making this beautiful lacy headband. So this is an amazing accessory for summer, whether you're going down to the beach or out on town. If your hair gets a little bit messy, this cute little quick accessory is going to elevate it to the next level, even though it's a bit messy. So you can use it to tie your hair back or just simply put it on your head just to elevate your look that little bit more. So what we're going to need to create this lacy headband is I'm going to be using a King Cole Giza cotton 4-ply. So this is 100% mercerized Egyptian cotton. It's really lovely to work with. As I said, it's 100% mercerized cotton. I've got a couple of colors here, so as you can see I did do the white one, and in the tutorial we'll be working with the pink, but the color is totally up to you, whatever suits your wardrobe or your style. I'm going to be using a 4mm all size G crochet hook, so I've got this one from Thurls, as well as we'll need some scissors to cut yarn, and at the end you might need a tapestry needle to sort out your ends, as well as blocking mats and pins just to open up this beautiful lace a little bit more. So let's get into the tutorial. The headband is worked a lot the length way, so we'll be working the length of the headband, and then we're going to create this side bits and the ties at the end. Okay, so I'm going to start with a slip knot. Okay, so I'm going to create a loop like this, and I'm going to pop it onto my fingers and cross these two, grab the tail end and pull it through like this, and I'm going to pop this onto my crochet hook and just tighten it up. Now for the first row of to start the lacy headband, we're going to start with foundation single crochet stitches, just so we've got a little bit of structure. Okay, so to start the foundation single crochet, I'm going to chain one and chain another one. Okay, so you chain two. Then I'm going to insert my hook back into the first chain under the two loops and work yarn over, pull through like this. So I've got two loops on my hook. And to work the foundation single crochet, I'm going to yarn over, pull through one loop. Okay, and now yarn over, pull through two like this. And now to work the subsequent single crochet, the foundation, I'm going to look to the bottom, because this is where the two loops I need to insert my hook under, right there. Okay, so insert your hook under those two loops, yarn over, pull up a loop like this. So I've got two loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through one like this. And when you see that's, you're creating that loop that you're going to work back into. And then yarn over, pull through two. And again, when I look to the left side, that's the two loops I'm going to insert my hook under to work the next foundation single crochet. So insert your hook under those two loops on the side, yarn over, pull through. Got two loops on a hook, then I'm going to yarn over, pull through one. So this is like the chaining one for the foundation chain, and then yarn over, pull through two for the single crochet. Okay, and again I'm gonna look to the side, spin it to the side, insert your hook under those two strands there like this, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through one, and yarn over, pull through two. Okay, so these are the foundation single crochet. Insert under two like this, yarn over, pull through, got two loops on a hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull through one, and then yarn over, pull through two. Okay, So this is the foundation single crochet, like this. It's very fine because it's obviously quite a thin yarn, but if you have never made foundation single crochets before, perhaps I would recommend using a slightly thicker yarn, or yarn you can kind of see better, okay? And then come and make your headband after you have a little bit of a practice with a thicker yarn. So now I've got these top loops are my single crochets, and if you look underneath, we've got a kind of loops at the bottom as well, which is the foundation chain, okay? So I'm going to carry on and work up 65 foundation single crochet stitches in total, okay? If you really struggle with the foundation single crochet, honestly, there is nothing wrong with going up a hook size. So grab your, say, 4.5 or 5mm crochet hook, chain 66, and then start in a second chain and work 65 single crochets across your foundation chain. It produces exactly the same thing, it's just the foundation single crochet is slightly more flexible than a standard chain and then work single crochet into the first row. But if you really struggle, I don't want you to be put off from completing your lacy headband if you don't get on with the foundation single crochet stitches. By all means, chain 66 and work single crochet from the second chain from the hook, work single crochet across until you have 65 single crochets in total. So I'm going to go ahead and work up my foundation single crochets, and I will meet you back when we're going to move on to row 2 and onwards. And here we have 65 foundation single crochet stitches. So what we're going to do now is turn our work and work back down the row. And next stitch we're going to start with on row 2 is the standing double crochet, okay? So I'm gonna extend the loop on my hook and place my finger on top. Now keep holding this loop throughout. Do not let go of this loop until your stitch is completely finished. So finger on the loop. Now I'm gonna spin the hook around that loop like this, which essentially creates a second loop on my hook, but you have to hold on to the first loop, otherwise it'll fall apart. Now I'm going to insert my hook into the first single crochet, yarn over and pull through, still holding on to that loop. And now you can see I've got 3 loops on my hook, so I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2, hold that loop, okay, and then yarn over and pull through the other 2, okay? And this is your standing double crochet. My first loop is slightly bigger because I was so concentrating on holding it that I didn't quite adjust it. So let me do it one more time, and I'll do it a little bit neater as well. There we go. So extend your loop, hold on to it with your finger, twist it around your hook, insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then pull through 2 and pull through 2. There we go. So that's my first standing double crochet. Now what we're going to do is chain 1, then I'm going to skip the next single crochet and work double crochet into the next. So that's yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we're basically creating these little windows for row number 2. So your repeat is going to be chain 1, skip the next stitch and work double crochet into the next stitch. And this is the repeat that we're going to go ahead and repeat across row 2. So chain 1, skip 1 and double crochet in next. So go ahead and repeat row 2, creating these little windows like you see on the finished one as well. all the way across the 65 stitches, ending with a double crochet into the very last stitch. So I will meet you back when row 2 is finished, and we will move on to row number 3. And here we are at the end of row 2. So as you can see, we just created these kind of mesh stitches. For row 3, we're gonna again turn our work and continue working across the row. For row 3, we're going to create these, we're going to start creating these lovely shells there in the middle of our headband. So again, I'm going to start row 3 with a standing double crochet. So exactly the same thing. Extend your loop, place your finger on it, wrap it round your hook, insert into the first stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Now what we're going to do is miss the first one chain space, miss the next double crochet, and miss the next one chain space, and we're going to work into the top of the next double crochet. Okay, so we're skipping one chain space, double crochet, one chain space, and working into the next one. Or you could also say skip the next double crochet and work into the next double crochet. Okay, so let's go ahead, and into that double crochet we're going to start with the first shell right here. So to work the shell is 3 double crochets, so that's 1, 2, and 3, like this. And I'm going to chain 2, and still in that very same double crochet I'm going to place another 3 double crochet. Okay, so it's 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. Okay, so that's my first shell here created. Then what we're going to do is again skip the chain space, double crochet, chain space, and into the next double crochet I'm going to place 1 double crochet like this. Okay, so here we go. So either side we've got the shell worked into there, and either side we're going to skip the double crochets. Okay, now again this is your repeat now, so skip the chain, skip the double crochet, skip the next chain, and into the next double crochet I'm going to create another shell. So that's 3 double crochet, like this. Then I'm going to chain 2 and work another 3 double crochet, all in that very same stitch. So that's the second shell, and again skip the chain space, double crochet, chain space, and work 1 double crochet into the top of the next double crochet. Okay, so this is your repeat there. Okay, so we're doing shell stitches with double crochets in between, and that's basically the repeat. We're going to repeat all the way across the row. Okay, so alternating shell and a double crochet, and you're gonna finish with 1 double crochet into the top of the first stitch from previous row. So go ahead and repeat the stitch pattern all the way across, and I'll meet you back at the end of the row. And here is my very last shell, so I'm gonna skip the chain, double crochet, chain, and work 1 double crochet into the top of that standing double crochet from previous row, like this. Okay, then I'm going to turn my work again, and for row 4 we're going to create some 3 chain spaces. So again for row 4 I'm going to start with a standing double crochet like this. Now again, if you don't get on with the standing double crochet, by all means you can chain 3 instead of the starting double crochet. I just find the standing double crochet much easier to work into at the end of the row, and quite neater as well. Okay, so that's my first double crochet. Now I'm going to chain 3, so that's 1, 2 and 3, and I'm going to skip the 3 double crochet and find this 2 chain space in the middle of my shell, and into that one I'm going to work 1 single crochet into that 2 chain space. Okay, so insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so that's a single crochet. Then again I'm going to chain 3, so 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna skip the rest of that shell and concentrate on this double crochet, and into the top of that stitch I'm gonna work a double crochet again, like this. Okay, so we're creating these 3 chain spaces. So again, to work ahead we're gonna chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and then work 1 single crochet into that 2 chain space in the middle of that shell that we created, and again chain 3, skip the second half of the shell and concentrate on that standalone double crochet, and we're going to work 1 double crochet into that stitch. Okay, and that is basically the repeat we're gonna continue with for the rest of the row. Okay, so we've got chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, double crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, double crochet. That's all we're doing all the way across the row. Okay, so that's basically your repeat for this row, and go ahead and work up to the end, and I'll meet you back again, and we're going to tackle the next row, which is pretty easy, and it's a mirror of the second row we started with. Okay, so go ahead and work up these 3 chain spaces on your lacy headband, and I'll meet you back at the end of the row. And here we are at the beginning of row 4. As you can see, I've gone all the way across the row to begin row 5. So I turn to the end of row 4, and to begin row 5 again we're going to start with a standing double crochet for the first stitch. There we go, standing double crochet. Okay, now we're going to chain 1 and work double crochet into the second chain. So we had the chain 3 space next, and I'm going to work double crochet into the middle chain, so into the second one, like this. Okay, then we're going to chain 1 and work a double crochet into the top of the single crochet, like this. Again, chain 1, and I've again got the 3 chain space, so I'm going to work a double crochet into the middle chain stitch of the 3. Okay, and again chain 1 and work double crochet into the next double crochet. Okay, so we're evenly spacing out the mesh stitches again to mimic row 2. So let's go ahead and work up a few together. So chain 1, and I've got the 3 chain space in front of me, so I'm going to place the double crochet into the middle chain, like this, chain 1, and then work double crochet into the top of the single crochet, then again chain 1, and I've got the 3 chain space in front of me, so I'm going to work double crochet into the middle one, chain 1, and double crochet into the top of that double crochet. Okay, so we're alternating, as you can see, we are alternating working double crochet into the single crochet, double crochet into the middle chain, then into the double crochet, and then into the middle chain again, and they're all spaced out with one chain. So we mimic row 2, alternating double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. So that's exactly the same repeat for the rest of the row. So go ahead and work alternating double crochet and chain 1 all the way across, and I'll meet you back at the end, and we'll have one more row left, which are just single crochet stitches, and then we're going to work up these side kind of triangles to finish it off, and we're gonna create this tie together as well, so we can turn this long strip of fabric into a headband. And here we are at the end of row 5. As you can see, I've gone all the way across, so I'm gonna turn my work again, and to finish off the very last row, all we're gonna do is just go and work one single crochet into each stitch and into each one chain space. So I'm gonna just chain 1. Now this chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch, and I'm gonna start with single crochet in that very first stitch. Okay, so single crochet, and then single crochet inside the next one chain space. Okay, you don't have to work into the actual chain, but just into that space. Okay, and again single crochet into the next double crochet, and single crochet into the next one chain space like this, and again into the double crochet, into the one chain space, and so on and so on, all the way across the row. Okay, so this is pretty easy. Just go one single crochet into the top of each double crochet and into the each one chain space, and at the end of this row you should have 65 single crochets, again the same amount of stitches that we started with on row 1. Okay, so I'm gonna continue and work all the way across the row, and then I'll meet you back at the end of the row, and that's when we're gonna carry on and work down this edge to create these side triangles, just to cinch the headband a little bit so it sits slightly better behind your ear. Okay, so it's, you haven't got the whole width of the headband kind of tucked behind your ear, it's just this little triangle and the point. Okay, so go ahead and single crochet for the rest of the row, and we'll move on with the pattern. So here I am at the end of the row. I finished my single crochet row across the headband, but I just wanted to take a quick moment and show you the real difference that blocking makes. As you can see, this white lacy headband has been blocked, just pinned out, slightly dampened with the spray and then let dry, and you can see what a difference blocking makes to your project. So if you haven't done it before, please do give it a go on this small headband. It's not too big to handle, not too big to pin out, so have a go at blocking this small lacy headband, and you can see what a difference that makes. All these stitches at the moment, they're all a bit, you know, as neat as I tried to crochet, they're still a little bit wonky, still a little bit wild, but as you can see, if you block your headband, it's gonna sit nice and flat and neat like this. Okay, so that's my pitch to block your project when you finish. But let's move on with the lacy headband, and what we're gonna do next is create this side triangle here on the side. So let's have a look. I went across with the single crochet, and you can see my yarn is still attached. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm not gonna turn my work kind of this way, I'm not gonna flip it over. All I'm gonna do is turn my work 90 degrees like this. Okay, so this way. And what I'm gonna do with the yarn still attached is I'm gonna work across these last double crochets here, okay? So each of these row has got double crochet, so I've got 4 in front of me. And what we're gonna do is work around the bodies of these stitches to create those triangles, okay? So around each double crochet, I'm gonna work 3 single crochet, okay? So I'm gonna just chain 1 because I've got my yarn still attached. So let's chain 1 just to slightly turn the corner. And as you can see, I've got this first double crochet here. So I'm gonna work inside that chain space around the body of that double crochet, and we're gonna work 3 single crochet. So that's 1, 2, and 3, like this. Okay, so that's 3 single crochet. Then I move on to the next double crochet and work another 3 single crochet around that double crochet there. 3. Oop. And then let's move on to the next double crochet and again work 3 single crochet around like this. And then the last double crochet there, so again work 3 single crochet there like this. Okay, so at this point we've got 12 single crochet stitches across the shorter side of your headband. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is reduce or decrease these stitches. So let's turn our work, okay, and we're going to be working across these 12 single crochets, but we're going to be decreasing now. Okay, so let's chain 1, which doesn't count as a stitch, and I'm going to single crochet the first 2 stitches together. So insert your hook into the first one, yarn over, pull through. Insert your hook into the next single crochet, yarn over, pull through. Now I've got 3 loops on my hook, and I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on my hook. And now, as you can see, by working the 2 single crochets together, we created 1 single crochet. So we decreased from the 2 to 1. Now I'm going to work 1 single crochet into each stitch across until I only have 2 stitches left. Okay, and you might have guessed correctly, when we have the 2 stitches left at the end of the row, we are again going to single crochet them together, or we're going to decrease again. Okay, so let's work right across until I have 2 stitches left like this. So I've got my 2 single crochet left, so I'm going to insert my hook in next, yarn over, pull through, insert my hook into the last one, yarn over, pull through. I've got 3 loops on my hook, and I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on the hook. Okay, so we have now reduced the amount of stitches from 12 to 10, and we're going to do this until we've got 1 stitch left. Okay, so let's turn again and work through the next row together. So again, chain 1, and I'm going to single crochet the first 2 stitches together. So again, decrease. Okay, so that's first stitch into the second stitch. I've got 3 loops on a hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Then again, you can work 1 single crochet into each stitch across until you have 2 stitches left, like this. Okay, so I've got 2 stitches left, and again I'm gonna single crochet them together like this. Okay, so from 10 stitches I've got 8. Okay, and we're going to repeat this until we have 1 stitch left. Okay, and I'll show you how to do that. So again, decrease, and I'm going to speed through the row in single crochets. until the last 2 stitches. So I need one more, and then single crochet the last 2 stitches together. So at this point I've got 6 stitches. Again, turn, chain 1, single crochet the first 2 together, then work across until the last 2, like this, and single crochet the last 2 together. So now I've got 4 stitches. And to work the 4 stitches, we're gonna work just 2 single crochet 2 together, okay? So chain 1, and when you've got 4 stitches left, we're gonna work the first 2 together and the last 2 together, okay? So work the first 2 stitches together, and then the last 2 stitches together, like this, which then, when we turn again, leaves us just 2 single crochet stitches, and you guessed that right, we're just going to go and single crochet them together, and that will lead us to 1 single stitch like this, okay? So this is where we are at the moment. As you can see, we have, we have created this point on the headband, okay? And as you can see, this end needs sorting out, and the whole triangle needs blocking out as well. So that's the first triangle, and all that's left to do on this side is create the tie. So that's just basically chain stitches, nothing complicated here, just chain stitches. So I'm going to pop the loop back onto my hook, and this is completely up to you, okay? So I chained 55 for these ties, but of course, if you want them longer, just keep chaining more. If you want them shorter, just stop when you're happy with the length, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and chain 55. And here we have 55 chain stitches, and I'm going to chain 1 more, so 56, and this is where you can cut your yarn. Cut the end off and pull it through like this, and then I really tighten this last loop as much as I can, tighten it up like this, and then I'm gonna just tie a couple of knots to this very end and get those knots as close as possible, just a box standard knot. And if you can see this, just tighten it up as close as possible there, okay? And I'm gonna do 1 more like this, because it's always a wonder how to fasten off these chains without them coming apart. So I've just tied a few knots like this, so hopefully they won't come out. I mean, I never had them come out, but always first for everything. So let's do another knot really close to the last one, so you're kind of building up the knots like this, and just tighten it up as much as you can like this. And then I'm just going to snip it closer to here like this. Now also what you could do is then pop a little tiny dot of fabric glue on the end, okay, on the end of these knots, so they do not come out, okay? So just a little dab of fabric glue on there so they don't come out. So that is one side of the headband finished, as you can see, and as I said, it does need blocking, because you can see it looks a little bit messy at the moment, but once you block it, it will be nice and neat, okay? And what we need to do for the other side of the headband, okay? So we finished this first side. Let's go ahead and just join yarn round the on the other side. So again, you've got the 4 double crochets on the end, so I'm going to insert my hook into this first space and reattach my yarn on the other side like this. However you join your yarn, securely attach it, and then all we've got to do is again chain 1 and start with 3 single crochet around the first double crochet like this. Then again the second double crochet space, got 3 single crochet in there, single crochet. Next one, 3 single crochet, and then the very last one, 3 single crochet. And from then on it's basically the same repeat as we did for the first side. Okay, so we've got the 12 stitches there on the other side of your headband. So again, you're going to turn your work and single crochet 2 together, work across until the last 2 stitches, and then single crochet those last 2 stitches together until you create very much the same as we did for this first side. Okay, so go ahead and finish the other side of your headband. I'm going to do the same, and once you do finish it, there we go, you need to pop it onto the blocking boards. Trust me, you can see how much difference that makes. So go ahead and block your headband, and I hope you enjoyed wearing it this summer. I know I will, because it's such an easy way to add a touch of class to perhaps a messy hair. So go ahead and block it and enjoy wearing it. So I hope you enjoyed today's video tutorial. We've been making the lacy headband with King Cole Giza cotton 4 ply and a 4mm crochet hook. So go ahead, work up the headband, and because they work up so quick, they're actually so easy to make and such a great present for anyone. Okay, so for all your friends or for your kids, go ahead and make as many as you need. So if you enjoyed the video tutorial, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn the notifications on so you're notified every time I upload a new tutorial. Thank you for watching again, and until next time.